Hello, everybody, and welcome to a Superstar PartyPlex at 12 FPS. My name is Zen, and today I will be playing a security guard who goes by Eggs Florentine. And with me today is.
Oh, hi. I'm going to be playing the PartyPlex's favorite employee, Ajax.
Yay! All of our favorite employee. That might be presumptuous, but he
Mhm.
is a very good boy. Um, so yeah. Mm, just like you saying, the Partyplex's favorite boy. That's the whole reason we are here, is because Nova had some very good things to say about Ajax, and it got Eggs all curious about him. Um,
Mm.
so, it is after hours at the Partyplex, which means that usually by now Ajax would have gone home to get some sleep, but unfortunately today there was an incident in the arcade. uh, I'm no expert with engineering, so I'm not sure what it is. You know, maybe there was a short circuit somewhere, maybe someone spilled soda on the floor and it messed up a bunch of the machines, but big problems in the arcade. The arcade technician is putting in some overtime hours and staying late after closing to fix those issues. And by arcade technician, I of course mean Ajax.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, so he is uh hard at work getting the machines up and running again when uh do you want to roll a perception? I'm just like wondering if
Sure.
Agus is gonna sneak up on him. His stealth is 0, so probably not, but
We'll see, because it's a straight roll for my perception.
oh man. We'll see indeed.
13.
13 and Eggs got an 18 for stealth. So yeah, like Ajax is so focused in on like this arcade machine he's got torn in half that he like doesn't hear Eggs walking up behind him until
You know how people will go under their cars where they're like halfway sticking out from under it? He's like halfway sticking out of an arcade machine.
exactly. Oh my gosh. And then from outside the arcade machine you just hear a I'm guessing you're the technician on site tonight. I hope so anyway.
Yeah, like Ajax freezes in place a little and then like shimmies out of the arcade machine carefully and looks up at whoever's talking to him.
Yeah, and he sees, you know, a man in a security uniform, so that's probably good, with full face fox mask, uh, sort of
Yeah,
looking down at him.
yeah. And Egg sees uh the walking embodiment of an arcade carpet with a mask that has a very bewildered expression on it. And then the expression changes and looks a bit more like a nervous but friendly grin because this is a digital mask and it can show off whatever he wants.
Ah, yes. uh, and like Egg sees this and goes, "Oh, are you Ajax then?"
Yeah? Did you need me for something?
Not exactly, but I've heard some things about you from Nova. All all good things. Just I was a little curious to meet you.
Well, it's always nice to meet another coworker. And like Ajax starts getting up somehow while still having roller skates on. He doesn't stumble.
Hmm. Yeah. How tall is Ajax?
I'm pretty sure I wrote it down. Give me a second. Let me look. How tall is this man? Exactly 5 feet.
Oh my gosh. So Eggs is 5'10" and is sort of like towering over him.
Hey, it's not the first time he's been towered over. He's friends with Harlequinette. He's used
Yeah,
to it.
it's not as stark a height difference as it is with a Harlequinette. uh, but yeah, Eggs is still just like looking down at him a little bit curiously, but
Hmm.
you know this man. He's not going to be the first one to talk. He's just looking.
Yeah, they're just staring at each other for a bit. Yeah, tallest, it is Balance King. Ajax is very firmly he him.
Hmm.
But yeah, I think Ajax is finally gonna like look from Eggs to the machine and then back to Eggs and is like, so you wanted to meet me?
Uh, and Eggs is like, of course. I mean, who wouldn't want to meet the uh longest running employee of the month? And you can roll insight on that.
Yeah, I will, but also it does make Ajax laugh a bit. Straight insight. Yet another 13.
13. Yeah, I think that's enough uh to get that like it's not necessarily that Eggs doesn't want to meet the employee of the month. It's that he also has other reasons that he wanted to meet Ajax. But that's just the one he's most comfortable saying.
Yeah. Yeah, Ajax laughs and nods and says, I am pretty well known around here, even if it's just my face. And he like does air quotes when he says face.
Hmm. And I think Eggs nods and is like, it's certainly memorable. I'm surprised. Well, I'm a little surprised I haven't seen you around, but then again, night shift.
Yeah. Ajax gives him a smile and says, you'll probably see me around a lot more. Uh, I do tend to have to deal with the arcade machines overnight a lot. You would not believe the kind of things kids can do to these things.
He like looks at the arcade machine behind Ajax a little bit concerned, like, I don't think I want to know how they could break something like that.
This wasn't so bad. It's more just a case of having to fix some programming issues. And Ajax like looks left and right and says, "Honestly, I'm impressed. The reason I have to fix it is because someone figured out how to hack it and make it run Doom."
uh, uh, I think X is like, is is that? I'm guessing that's not what it's supposed to be running then.
Ajax like points at the side of the machine which has like the logo for some sort of PartyPlex brand Pac-Man.
Hmm. And X like looks at it. It's like, yeah, that doesn't look like Doom. Ah, how would they even reprogram something like this?
I don't know, but I'm the one who has to fix it.
Oh dear.
Yeah. It's not that bad. At least the arcade is where I belong, as you can obviously see. And he like gestures to his outfit.
X like looks him up and down and nods and is like, it's a very thematically fitting outfit. Am I the only person that works here that doesn't dress thematically? It's starting to feel like it.
Ajax like waves it off and shakes his head. He's like, "No, no, really. I'm pretty sure me and Nova are the only ones who dress up specifically for a job. I'm pretty sure everyone else just has a standard uniform or just wears what they want."
Hmm. Well, that's reassuring. I I mean, like I said, I've mostly only run into other night shift security guards, and Officer Bailey is also very brightly dressed, as much as she can be with the uniform.
Yeah. As far as I've seen, the night guards do get to personalize their outfits a bit, but most tend to just stick with the basic outfit like you do.
Hmm. And he sort of nods at that.
And Ajax like looks at him for a little bit and says, "Speaking of outfits, I like your mask." And Ajax's own mask shows like a pixel version of a fox symbol.
Oh my god. Uh,
He
and
can do emojis as a treat.
as a treat, what a treat it is. Uh, and he's like, ah, thank you, I guess, though it's really not impressive compared to yours.
Hey, listen, I made my own, so I had to give it a little bit of flair. And not everyone's creations are going to be the same thing.
And he's like, you made that? And he's like, sort of pleasantly surprised, like, wow, that's really cool that you made that. He was not expecting to hear that.
Yeah, this is custom made. You won't find anything else like it. And he's very proud of that.
Aw, as he should be.
Mm.
Yeah, X is like, well, it's very impressive. I didn't make mine or anything. Uh,
Mm.
I'm so
Yeah,
sorry for throwing the most awkward boy at you.
it's okay. Um, Ajax like just smiles and says, "Honestly, if you wanted, I could probably add a few things to your mask. Not if you don't want to, of course.
Uh, a few things like what exactly?
Well, whatever you want, really. If you want little detail additions, I could do that. If you want some tech added to it, I could do that. I'm a tinkerer, if you couldn't tell. Messing with things like this is kind of my hobby."
And I think like he thinks it over for a second, and is like, that's very kind of you to offer, but uh, can't think of what I would want to add. Um, Thank you, though.
Ajax shrugs and nods and says, "That's fair."
Yeah. Do you want to roll insight on eggs again?
Yeah, sure. And me thinking about how Ajax likes to tinker is also making me think there could potentially be a little uh shop in the server for like Ajax tinkerings.
Honestly, probably.
Yeah, get your gear souped up by the local arcade man.
That would be very cool.
Yes. I got 11.
11. Yeah. It's not going to get you much. Like, Eggs is, like, interested in hearing about, like, Ajax making his mask and stuff. Uh, but not terribly so to the point where he's asking a lot of questions, and yet he's hanging around anyway, so there's probably something he wants to talk about.
Mm-hmm. I think Ajax is going to start working on the arcade machine again, but like make it obvious he's still paying attention to eggs. So, is there anything else you want to ask me?
And there, I think this is like in character's silence for a bit as Eggs like wrestles with himself, trying to. Inside of Eggs, there are two wolves. One wants to ask a lot of questions, the other one doesn't want to be suspicious. Oh.
More like two foxes.
Yes. Oh. Um, I think after a moment he's like, uh, Nova also mentioned that you were friends with the Harlequinette.
Ajax like perks up visibly at that with a big old stupid smile. He's like, "Quinn? Yeah, they're awesome."
Uh, and X is like, they are? I only met them briefly, but I was curious to know more about them.
Yeah. Ajax like points in a direction. It's like the prize corner is actually pretty close to over here where I work, because arcade prize corner. Um, they're a pretty close friend of mine. They might be a bit spooky, but they're nice to be around, and they're a good animatronic. Can you say person when referring to an animatronic? I'm not sure. Either way, I like spending time with them, and we have fun together.
Uh, I see. Um, so they run the prize corner and do security?
Mm-hmm. Both the security clowns have double jobs, something they do during the day and the security at night.
Eggs, kind of nods and thinks that over for a second. Uh, and what sorts of things do you two do when you hang out?
Depends on the mood. Most of the time we just talk and, chill next to each other. Sometimes we play games together. Sometimes they show off their new favorite things they found. They like finding and collecting things. Mostly plushies. Mainly plushies. Though other things will go missing sometimes, and it's probably them who took it. Really, we do a lot of things.
Hmm. I've never been any place like the PartyPlex before, so it's still a little surprising to hear about the animatronics being so personable. Are they all like that?
Uh, all the main ones. I don't know of any staff bots who are as alive as everyone else, but who knows? There might be. And he like leans against the arcade machine. I tend to do my job here in the arcade, and usually whenever there's other assignments, I'm also assigned with the Harlequinette, because, we're friends. And I typically take my lunch breaks either hanging out at the prize corner with Quinn or with the DJ. But if the DJ is busy, then it's over with Quinn.
Hmm. X is kind of like thinking that over and trying to come up with the next question at the same time I'm trying to come up with what the next question would be.
Mm.
Uh,
Yeah,
and Ajax can try asking can try asking Eggs things too.
yeah.
Uh,
So, how's the job treating you?
uh, it's been fine so far. Uh, pretty quiet. I haven't run into uh any intruders, which I suppose is good.
Yeah, Ajax nods. It's like, honestly, I'm surprised you haven't run into either of the clowns during your patrols, since you said you only got to meet Quinn once briefly, and you haven't mentioned Jackie.
Uh, well, it sounds like it's only a matter of time before I meet them. I haven't been here terribly long, so I'll probably run into them at some point.
Yeah, it's true. And like the entire time they've been talking, the Max expressions keep changing to however Ajax is feeling in the moment.
Aw, it's a cool mask!
Yeah, the expressions are kind of anime-ish or cartoony occasionally because it's a mask and it's got to do pixel style or like cartoony style for the expressions because it's not able to do realistic expressions easily.
Hmm. Still, it's a step up from on Eggs' mask, like the eyebrows will move, and that's pretty much it. Like the mouth opens and closes, but.
Mm.
Hmm. I think he's like, so, how good are the clowns as security? I haven't had the
Oh,
chance to see them in action, I guess.
no, they're really good, trust me. If I wasn't friends with Quinn, I probably would freak out every single time they show up while I'm working overnight. They are very good at being quiet despite being very jingly. Same with Jackie. For being something so big and heavy as metal, she's very, very quiet when she wants to be.
And Egg's like nods along. Uh, uh, do they tend to startle a lot of the other employees that maybe aren't friends with them?
Mm, I would say not on purpose, but knowing Quinn, they absolutely spook people on purpose sometimes.
Hmm, that's a little concerning.
Not really. Quinn Quinn knows they're creepy to adults and finds that kind of amusing, so they use that to their advantage. They're not gonna hurt anyone. They just find it funny when you jump a little bit when they show up. They're a bit mischievous like that.
Hey, you want a real insight?
Sure. That's all he's been doing this night.
You rolled the one perception too. I tried to shake it up a little.
15.
15. Yeah, I think with a 15, despite Ajax's like reassurances, uh, that it's not a big deal that Harlequinette is spooking people, Eggs does not seem convinced and is a little bit like, uh, I'm trying to think the word, like skeptical, I guess. Like his expression sort of and tone sort of hardens a little bit as Ajax brings that up, and he's like, "Well, I guess I'll have to take your word for it for now until I get the chance to talk to them myself."
Ajax just shrugs cuz it's pretty easy for new hires to get nervous about the security clowns. He doesn't blame them. The clowns can be scary when they want to be. It's just you get used to it eventually.
Mm. I will say, riding off that 15, it's enough to tell that, like, Eggs doesn't seem nervous or, like, scared or anything. Just, like, not as willing to take it as, oh, tee what a funny character quirk, as Ajax is
Mm.
trying to portray it as.
I think Ajax would get serious for a moment and say, "Listen, as long as you aren't trying to hurt anyone, it's very, very unlikely that Quinn's going to try and hurt you. The most Quinn does if someone has bad vibes and hasn't hurt anyone is just judge them silently."
And Eggs sort of like meets Ajax's gaze for a moment. Uh, and he looks very sort of intense before going, "Well, that's good to hear, I suppose."
How about you roll insight?
Sure. Six.
6. You are distracted by how cool the mask is.
Oh my god. F in the chat.
Yeah. You're distracted by how cool the mask is and how technologically amazing it is.
Hmm. Yeah. He's just like, wow, look at those pixels go.
Mm.
Not doing a great job reading the expression that they're forming into. Alas.
Oh, what is it with things being where everyone's good at reading eggs? Eggs is horrible at reading other people.
I don't know. He's like, he's got the +4 and he still sucks at it. Ooh.
Yeah. Ajax starts working on the machine again.
Hmm.
Ajax like hums and says, "You should try out one of these machines sometime. They're really fun."
Hmm. I'm not sure that would be uh, well received while I'm on the clock, at least.
Ajax like looks Eggs dead in the eyes and says, "Dude, during the day shift, I get paid to play around on the machines and encourage kids to play on them. I get to play games as part of my job, and as the arcade person, if I say you can play games, you can play games."
I mean, I suppose if you're insisting, I could try one.
Yeah, yeah, go ahead. Listen, if anyone tries to get on your case about it, just tell them that I encouraged you, okay?
Alright then. Uh. He's like looking around. There's so many arcade machines. He does not know which one he should be uh
Hey,
trying.
audience, why don't you suggest a game? Get inside Egg's mind, be the PlayStation, tell him what he needs. Okay, so we've got suggestions of DDR and Angry Birds.
GDR might be a little bit much.
Consider Angry Birds, but it's butter instead of birds. So it's like the exotic butters, but Angry Birds.
Oh my god. Oh, and now Crossy Roads in the suggestions. Okay.
Okay. It's just, it's me, Eggs. The Listen to me, you gotta play TDR, you gotta play Crossy Roads or Pong.
Oh god. Okay. I,
Just,
we have 4 suggestions. Should I just roll a d4?
yeah, go ahead.
Oh boy. That's a 2. That would be DDR. Oh my gosh. uh so like I'll say like the machine that like Ajax is inside right next to it is one of the uh is a DDR machine, except it has to be off brand. So it doesn't stand for Dance
It,
Dance Revolution, it stands for like Dance Dance Reanimation.
it,
Something.
it's DJM themed, and that's why there's D's in
Yes!
it.
Yes, it's DJM's Dance something. uh, and he like very hesitantly presses a button on the console to turn the thing on. Uh, and I think looks over to Ajax like, what the fuck do I do? You can roll insight.
Yeah, sure. Let's see if the boy can keep this man from making a fool of himself. 13.
13. Not only has this man never played DDR before, he has never played an arcade game before. You think. He is so confused. He has the most deer in the headlights look.
I think Ajax looks between him and the machine and says, "Okay, buddy, not a good one to start with," and like grabs him by the shoulders and steers him over to like one of the easier games, which is like one of those whack-a-mole ones. Much easier.
Yes. Very, very much more straightforward. Uh,
No. No, it's like Archie whack-a-mole or something. Whack the gator.
Bonkabon is right there. Oh my gosh.
I know, but I'm trying not to fully grab from FNAF. Find Bonka Rylan.
Oh, it can be Bonka Gator or whatever. I don't know, just a generic wacka animatronic. It can be all the characters.
Mm.
Uh, yeah, yeah. Penku saying Bonka Rylan would have aged like milk. Yeah, they would not probably keep that out on the floor if it was.
If it was a Bonka Rylan game, Ajax would not have steered him to it.
Mhm.
That's all I'm saying.
Mhm. Uh.
He just whack-a-mole game, and he like turns it on for him and gives
Mhm.
him a free token to play the game.
I think it takes Eggs a second to figure out what he's supposed to do with the token. Uh. And he like he takes the token and then he looks at it and looks at Ajax and looks at the arcade machine and like slowly bends over until he finds the like slot where the token goes and puts it in. And then like looks at Ajax again and gives a thumbs up like, all right, I think I did it.
He like pushes the mallet into Eggs' hands as the machine starts up.
Hmm. What should I roll for whack-a-mole?
Either dexterity or strength, because either you're going to try and hit as many as possible, or you're going to let your rage out.
They're both a +0, so I guess we're just rolling a flat d20 either way.
Eggs breaks the
That's
machine
a nat
somehow.
one. Oh my gosh. I'm imagining like the first like thing pops up and Eggs panics and throws the uh oh wait, actually. I have a thing I've been
What?
wanting to do.
What?
Hang on. Uh Now I'm fucking reading a character sheet in the middle of so like this thing pops up out of the machine and Eggs panics and instead of using the mallet, he like instinctively casts chaos bolt at it instead.
Fries it.
Well, I gotta see if this I think a fucking 21 hits.
You fucking fry the machine, buddy. Ajax just stares at this like comically large eyes. Just like, damn.
So that's cold damage and then
Oh.
yeah, 12 points of cold damage. The machine fucking freezes over in ice.
Yeah. Ajax just staring silently. Internally, like, no! No, I have to stay here even longer!
Oh my gosh. Eggs looks so guilty and he looks to Ajax like that that wasn't what I was supposed to do, was it?
And Ajax just like puts his head in his hands and just stands there, like covering his face.
Uh
And then he like perks up and like stands back up straight and is like, no, you're going to have fun here. Who cares about a machine? I can fix that. And he like grabs Eggs again and drags him over to another very easy machine, which is one of those like things fall from the top, you have to move your player to stack it kind of game.
mhm.
Like, try this one.
And he like surveys the controls. Uh
It's very simple. A joystick and one singular button. Really hard to
oh,
fuck that one up.
much more his speed and he like very carefully places one hand on the button and one hand on the joystick and
Yeah.
sort of like looks over to Ajax but before Ajax can say anything you hear I didn't practice his fucking voice. uh The purpose of the game is to create the largest stack possible. Use the joystick and buttons in combination to control the character on the screen. And Eggs like
Ajax is so determined to get this guy to have fun.
he's not concerned about the disembodied voice. Cause Eggs looks fucking baffled.
Ajax like silently points towards the speakers on the arcade game and the fact that the text is popping up on the arcade
It's
game
not
screen.
it's not from the arcade game screen, okay? It was something else I've been trying to set up for a while.
Wait, what?
It's not
Okay,
coming
never
from the
mind.
arcade game. I'm not very
Okay,
good at doing the voice. I'm
I take
sorry.
back what I take back what I said. Ajax like looks at the screen, expecting it to show up on the screen, and then like pauses and is like, "Wait a fucking second," and starts looking around.
You want to roll investigation.
Yeah, it's his arcade. He knows this place like the back of his hand.
An X will roll one too. Dear God. At least his +8 can save him from the dice.
Yeah. Considering I got a 19, I'm gonna say, yeah, I'm right. Ajax knows his place.
Yeah. So like both of you like are taking a look around the arcade and like see nothing out of place. Uh until the voice comes again and is like, "You must first insert a token to begin playing the game." And that voice is coming from mighty close. And like Eggs lifts his wrist and it's his fucking Raz watch, which now has like googly eyes on top of it. He goes, "Is it supposed to be doing that?"
Considering how Ajax is staring at it like it's an alien, no. Ajax like holds his hand out, like, give that here, give that here.
Eggs holds his wrist forward. Uh,
He starts inspecting it as an artificer.
uh, I don't know if should the same investigation just count for that. I'm down to. Uh,
Yeah, it was a 19.
yeah. Uh, this definitely doesn't look like a normal issue Razwatch. Like it's recognizable as a Razwatch, but sort of different. Like it
Yeah,
has the eyes
it,
poking out, which are sort of like looking at
mm,
Ajax as he looks at it.
Ajax is gonna like look to Eggs and is like, has was it like this when you got it, or has someone been messing with it?
Wasn't like this when I got it. Oh. Oh. And he
What?
like puts his head in his other hand. Uh, it's probably a magic surge. When I cast the spell on the arcade machine, I'm guessing this is what happened.
Like Ajax is like, I could get you a new one, or I could try and fix this one.
Uh. My brain's broken, sorry. Uh.
The giggles have consumed you.
Mhm. The giggles have consumed. I didn't plan this far. Uh, he's like,
That would have been hilarious if it was Casanova. Yeah, you're right.
I think he's like, honestly, I don't want to have to go back to using the original maps. Uh, if you can fix it, that might be good, but I don't know how likely that is.
Hey, let me try first before you go disbelieving in me. And he says it in a way that's kind of playful.
All right then. Have at it,
Yeah.
I suppose.
Yeah. He takes the watch off of Eggs and is like makes a motion for Eggs to go back to his game while he deals with the watch.
All right. What should I roll for this?
Hmm.
Not strength,
There's
but
something.
yeah, everything relevant is still a +0, so I'll just roll a flat d20 and it
I
doesn't
mean,
matter.
maybe something like intelligence or wisdom because it's a stacking game.
Hmm. His intelligence
Either
modifier
that or
isn't
sleight of
shit. What?
yeah, either that or sleight of hand.
Yeah. His sleight of hand is nothing. So I guess
Mm,
I'll try intelligence. Because it's at least not a 0 modifier.
yeah.
It's still an. Oh my god. Yeah, like Ajax turns to start looking at the watch and immediately hears the like game over noise from the arcade machine.
He like turns around and looks at him like, "What did you do?"
X is just standing there with his hands up, like hoping he didn't break it again.
Ajax like looks at the screen and looks at Eggs and is like, "Did you forget you can move your character?"
Uh, how how do I do that again?
I think that makes Ajax legit start laughing. And he comes over and is like, "Here, let me show you how it's done, and then you can try again." And Ajax is gonna start playing the game.
I feel like also from on the floor behind you, the watch is like, uh, use
So
the
it's still
joystick
in
to
his
control
hand.
the game. Yeah, so like from an Ajax's hands, it's like use the joystick to control the in-game character.
Yeah, and Ajax is just like, "I know, buddy," and starts playing. So let me do my own role to see how this man does. Doo-doo-doo. He got an 18.
Hell yeah. Man, X is like watching as this like character on the screen stacks up like it's probably like a huge stack of pizza boxes or something.
Mm-hmm.
As like Ajax gets to like gets past the first level, past the second level, and he's like, "You're very good at this."
And he just nods and is like, "I practice on these in my free time. Most of these arcade machines, all of the high scores are mine."
Oh,
And
that's
like, if you look around, there's a lot of arcade machines. And
yeah.
apparently, from his words, he has beaten everyone.
He like looks around and then like looks back at Ajax with wide eyes and is like, "That's very impressive."
I know, right? And he like smiles at him. And he continues to play even while looking at eggs, silent on him without even realizing it.
Oh, yeah. And X like watches him play very intently, like he's trying to commit it to memory.
Yeah. Eventually, Ajax just straight up beats the game with a new high score, and then like stretches and is like, "And that's how it's done."
Hmm. Eggs is like looking at him wide eyed and is like, I'm not sure I can do it that well, but uh, thank you for the demonstration.
Yeah. Ajax smiles at him and says, "Hey, the point of it is to try, not to succeed at being the best. Just have fun with it." And then he like goes over to his toolbox to start fiddling with the watch.
Aw. I'll roll once more for Eggs playing the game. 14! Hey! So he's doing decently at that. Uh, while
Yeah.
Ajax
The
turns his
advice worked.
attention. What?
The advice worked.
The advice worked. So Ajax can hear like the game music in the background as he turns to look at the watch. Uh, what should you roll for investigating that? Like probably like intelligence plus maybe any like
Hmm.
Tinker Tools proficiency.
Yeah. Okay. Let me see where the Tinker Tools thing is.
I think it would
Hmm.
just be your proficiency bonus, as long as you're proficient in Tinker's tools. I don't know if
I'm pretty sure I am, but
it
I
would make
don't. Um,
sense for him to be.
yeah, I am very sure he is. I just don't know where the plus would be from. I can't. It's hard to read DMV sometimes.
Yeah, it's right under, if you're viewing the sheet, it's like right under ability scores is where I'm seeing it.
Hmm. When you adopt the special. Yeah, I have tool proficiency.
Hmm. I should probably
Mm,
save all the character sheets in one place so I can go reference them easier.
mm. Let me just look up what proficiency gives you.
Here's Ajax's. Your proficiency bonus is +3.
Okay, thank you. I could not find it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's right there. Okay, so three, so plus six, so 16.
Ooh. Yeah, so I think with a 16, like, uh, because I want to give you something. So, like, the back panel is harder than usual to get off of the Razwatch. And, like, when you open it up, it is, very different in there, than you're used to. There's different chips, they're all in different places. The wiring looks different. Uh, just in
It's not
general.
gonna stop him.
Oh, great.
He's made his own mask. He's made animatronics. I don't think a little displaced wiring is going to get in his way.
Yeah, I think like as he's poking around in there, uh, the watch says, "Please do not tamper with any electronics."
And Ajax responds back, "This is my job. I am paid to do this by the PartyPlex owners themselves. I have authorization to do this." He's just like retorting anytime this thing speaks up. This continues his work.
Mhm. Here's the thing though, we have unstoppable force versus unmovable object. Ajax is a good technician, but please let me give my boy a cursed item.
No, but consider, you know how in the game they changed the voice of it on accidents once? So it's like an
Yes.
emo teenager, I
Yes,
think.
I
The one
remember.
it went to?
I remember
Yeah, I'm
Emoteen.
giving you the potential for that.
Or Angsty Teen, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
uh, Ajax like pokes a thing and the watch is suddenly like, uh, you really shouldn't be doing that. Not that you're going to listen to me. This
I think
sucks.
that I think that makes Ajax laugh so hard he stops what he's doing. And he's like, you know what? Actually, this is better. It's better this way. Dude, I fixed your watch.
Eggs like looks back over at the watch, and it's like, is it back to normal then?
It's better. And he like hands the watch over.
The
He
watch the watch
could
is
you
like,
could,
normal is a social construct. It's highly overrated.
yeah, and then Ajax bursts out laughing wildly again. Just has like to lean against an arcade machine to stay upright.
Eggs is like, are you sure that's better?
It's hilarious. What do you mean?
If you say so. And he like puts the watch back on.
He's like, hey, think of it this way. You've got a companion with you for your nighttime shift, and if it gets too annoying, just hit the mute button.
Where's the mute button exactly? And
Under
Ajax,
the volume.
the
It's
mute
part of
button
the
is.
volume control.
Eggs like looks and then holds it up for Ajax to see. The volume control and mute button are both gone.
He just shrugs and is like, well, if it sucks enough, you can just get another watch and ask whoever tinkered with your map to tinker with it again. At least try it. It might be funny when you get used to it.
All right. Uh, and he puts it back on a little bit reluctantly. Uh, the video game. Uh, the video game ends like enough pizza boxes
Mhm.
fall to the floor that the game ends while he's busy
Yeah.
with this. He
I
got to
mean,
like
at
level
least he
2.
got a decent score. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
he got a decent score at least.
Yeah.
Ajax is Ajax is kind of envious because like what he wouldn't give to have a hilarious watch companion like that. But then again, he does tend to prefer befriending machines.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm uh imagining now the screen is like flashing asking for like the name to put in for like the list of scores. And it's only like
Yeah.
it's pretty far down the list of scores, but Eggs is not paying it any mind.
Hmm. What's he gonna put in for the name?
He isn't paying any attention to it, so
I think Ajax will like point to it, and if Egg still doesn't pay attention, Ajax is going to take the chance to put in the name himself.
uh when Ajax points at it, Eggs finally looks up and sort of reads the screen and realizes what they're asking. And then he like looks down at his own name tag and then types in eggs. Hmm. You can roll insight on that if you want.
Sure. You want to know what Ajax would have put if he got the chance?
What?
Lego Ego.
I don't think there's enough characters, but is is Ego a brand in this world?
Yeah.
I don't think it.
it-
Hmm?
oh, I thought you meant like, is it something I was referencing? Okay, I got a
Yeah,
15.
15. Eggs genuinely forgot what name he was going by for a minute there and had to check.
Hey, Ajax isn't gonna ask questions. If the man wants to have a different name, let the man have a different name.
Hmm.
He's not gonna dead name his employee, his coworker.
Good for him.
Yeah. But Ajax is pretty happy. So he's like, so, did you have fun?
Uh, I think so. Yes, that was
Good.
very interesting.
Yeah. Ajax is happy.
Aww.
And he like reaches into his pocket and pulls out like a couple of tickets and hands them over. For doing your best.
And Eggs takes them and is like, uh, thank you. And thank you for showing me how to work the machine, and I'm sorry about the other machine.
And he just waves it off. He's like, nah, nah, it's fine. Even if I have to spend a bit more overtime, it's alright. I get to hang out with all my friends.
Honestly, I think X like looks behind him to see if like someone else that Ajax might consider a friend has come in.
Do you want to roll the insight?
Sure. 12.
He is talking about the animatronics. He is talking entirely about the robots. The second he is done with his job, he's going to go search for DJam or Quinn, and he is going to go hang out with them.
Hmm.
This man fully considers robots as his equals and his very good friends.
Aww. Hmm. And X is like, yeah, I can start to see why he does so well here.
Yeah.
Uh.
He's good at his job, and he respects the animatronics.
Hmm. The total package as far as the
Hmm.
PartyPlex is concerned.
For real. He is the PartyPlex's golden retriever boy.
Truly. Um, is there anything else you want to do before we start wrapping it up?
No, I think it's good. I think it should, like, the screen should fade to black on Ajax trying to get Eggs to try more arcade machines and just hang out through the night.
Aww. Making friends. How sweet.
Hmm.
Well, yay! That went probably better than it could have.
He's the golden retriever friend for a reason. You talk
Hmm.
to him and you end up his friend without realizing it.
Amazing. Incredible. Oh, he truly earns that Employee of the Month title every single month.
For real. He love him friends and he coworkers. And he do he best to make sure they're having a good time on the job.
Hmm.
Like, fun is the most important thing to him. He needs to make sure his friends are having a good time and are smiling and are enjoying their time with him. He cares so much.
What a sweetheart. We love him.
For real. We do.
He...
Like, does this mean that Ajax and Quinn are the golden retriever black cat friend stereotype?
Oh my god, it might. Oh boy. Now I'm picturing this someone will die of fun.
Yeah.
Anyway, I stop the recording. Thank you very much for doing this
Yeah.
FPS with me. It was very fun.
Of course. Guys, let's go talk and Raz watch your messages.
Thanks to the
Let's go.
listeners. Bye.